So here we go, boys and girls. It is the penultimate episode. We thought the last one was going to be the penultimate one, but I bring you back ever so quicker than expected. Because in today's game against Merthyr, we could confirm our playoff position. So in terms of the game, after the Chorley game, we went away. We went away and played the game off camera. We beat Kidderminster 4-0 at home. Macclesfield getting 2, Clark getting 1, and Manny Aliki getting back on the score sheet, which I'm sure many of you will be happy to see. As I mentioned, we've got Merthyr today. This game is going to secure us our playoff spot. So if we can pick up all 3 points today, we know we will definitely be in the playoffs no matter what. What the plan will be, if we do manage to beat Merthyr or draw and obviously secure playoff position, then I will skip it forward to the Darlington game so we can see the last game of the season before then we see the playoffs, of course, in the next episode. It could be all over as well in terms of our title challenge. As you can see, Macclesfield could potentially secure the title today. If we lose and they beat Buxton, then it is all but over and Macclesfield will go down as champions. So hopefully we can keep it interesting and make sure that this run up to the end of the season is very interesting indeed. But of course, in order for us to do that, we need to beat Merthyr. As we can see, again, it's a pretty much unchanged starting 11. We've got Camus in goal, a defence of Hunt, Johnson, Francis and Ruddy, with Turner and Alike in midfield, Clark, Macclesfield, Jay Lawson, and of course Westendorf up front. We've sort of stuck with Westendorf over the last few games. I mean, he has got 17 goals this season, so it's not a bad return. 6 of those from 2 times will be made up of hat-tricks. Other than that, 11 league goals over the remaining games. It's just not a good enough return for me. As you can see, the bench pretty much picks itself now in terms of positions. Parker, we've just sort of dropped altogether out of the squad now. He keeps demanding to play more, not then performing, or performs for one game and then stops performing. So I've just had enough. He's going to be leaving at the end of the season anyway when his contract expires. And away we go. As I said, we are away from home, so our away from home form hasn't been the greatest of late. I'll show you the league table just so you can see. So Merthyr are currently sitting in 64 points. We are on 75, so we've got 11-point gap. Like I said, if we can win, that secures us the playoffs. We won't fall out of the playoff positions if we can win today. The starting possession doesn't look good, though. It looks like it's all Merthyr, so we're going to encourage the boys, try and get a little bit more of a foothold in the game. Merthyr are playing a 4-3-3. I mean, we have been tinkering with dropping Macclesfield down into another centre midfielder role, so we can sort of pack out that midfield if we need to. We'll just have to keep an eye on what opportunities and what possession we're actually getting as the game unfolds. Hunt here into Clark. Tries the back pass from the 1-2. Not too bad of an effort, but doesn't meet out. Clark into Macclesfield. What's he going to do with it here? Aliki tries to fire an absolute bullet in, but it gets blocked. Ruddy, oh my God. Jacob Ruddy has potentially just scored the goal of the season. A 25, well, the game said it ourselves, a 25-yard screamer. Let's watch that again. A little bit of slow motion. I wish he volleyed it first time. That animation would have been amazing. But look at that. Off the crossbar and in. Macclesfield-esque when Chelsea played Barcelona in the Champions League. But we'll take it. We're behind on the stats, but we're up on the score sheet, and that is all that matters. Remember, we win today, we secure playoffs. We close the gap a little bit on Macclesfield. How are Macclesfield getting on? Macclesfield are currently drawing 0-0 to Buxton. We want Buxton to really win, if I'm honest. I know they're just above us in second, but we know we can beat Buxton and we know the form's there. Then again, if that risks Macclesfield not winning and dropping into the playoffs, do we want to play them? We've not been able to beat them this season. We've beaten everyone else who have been around us in the league apart from them. So we're going to praise the boys again. Just want to keep it solid. We're hemorrhaging possession, but again, it's what you do with the ball, right? That's important, not necessarily how much you've got it. 1 minute of added time. Looks like we're going to go into the break at a 1-0, unless they're going to get... No, they're not going to get nothing from that. Ball plays straight out. Camus didn't even have to move off his line. And there we go. There's half time. So 45 minutes separates us from potentially play-off glory. We're going to say we can take it up to another gear. I really want them to just sort of know that this is the game to make sure we are solid. This is the game to try and just solidify our lead. If we can grab another one, then we'll probably drop Macclesfield back into that midfield and sort of counter their 2 more further forward midfielders for 2 of our sitting and Macclesfield running in between. But of course, there's a lot of football still to play. We need to make sure we concentrate. We drew the reverse fixture at this at home. We come from 2-0 down to be able to draw that. So has Merthyr got the same confidence and squad spirit that we had to bring it back? And they do the same. Let's hope. Fingers crossed they can't. Lovely ball into Clark. What's he going to do with it? Oh, keeper makes a good save. But as long as we're getting our chances, I trust the strikers to put one away at some point. Buxton and Macclesfield are still drawing. We're not really bothered about anyone else's results in the league now. Chester then again are doing a last-minute title push. I still think a Buxton win would do us wonders in terms of a potential title push. Praise the boys one more time. Let's make some subs. 70 minutes played. We're going to take Hunt off. I don't want to risk Hunt getting a red card. Bring on Bierney. Let him have a run out. And we'll bring on... We're going to take a Leaky off. I don't want to risk him getting injured any further. Do we take one of the defenders off? No, we're going to leave the defenders on. What we will probably do is, now that we are in the 75th minute, we are going to drop Macclesfield into a more central position. And we are going to change and drop the tempo down ever so slightly. And yeah, we're going to waste time. You know, these last few games and these last few episodes, you've seen us do that more and more. We just want to hold out and get them 3 points. Buxton and Macclesfield are still drawing. Highlight here for them in the 85th minute. Not really what you want to see. Let's get rid of that. And again, let's just make sure we do the pressing game well. Don't give them any time. Johnson. Could have gone back to the goalkeeper there, Johnson. Ooh, luckily Camus does well to turn it around the post. They'll have a corner. We won't see it. That's good for us. We're going to drop it back to cautious. Buxton and Macclesfield are still drawing. So as things stand, we're going to be 8 points behind Macclesfield. And there's still enough games for us to be able to turn that around. McEachran is into Wessendorf. Clark. Can we just get one last goal to put a cherry on top? We cannot yet, but we're still seeing the highlight. Long ball over the top. Clark back to Wessendorf. Is he going to score? Oh. It was served to him on a plate. He couldn't have got a better opportunity just to wrap the game up. But there we have it. We've managed to beat Merthyr 1-0. That should, I was going to say we're happy with the result even though we weren't at our best. That should, if we push this on one more time, that should mean that we have now secured the playoff. We have. So Macclesfield, Oxford City and Chester have now confirmed their playoff spots. That just shows how tight it is. Buxton have been up there with us pretty much all, well, the last half of the season in second or third, and they are still yet to secure their playoff spot. So in terms of where that leaves us and what games we're going to come back to, like I said, I'm going to play the Peterborough Sports game, the Affrington, maybe bring us back for the Chester game actually rather than the Darlington game, because that's going to give us a good idea of where we are with the table. Depends what the title race is looking like. If Chester fall off and we're clear in second, we won't bother showing it. If Macclesfield starts slipping up and they drop points, then of course we will definitely come back to that, because it could actually be a title decider. Just to quickly bring you back before I do play them games off camera, one of our youth intakes that we have now had come through, Tyler Medway, could be the answer to our striker questions. 14 finishing, 12 dribbling, 10 technique, 13 pace and 12 agility. At the young old age of 15, 13 flair, 13 leadership. Determination obviously could be better. Let's not obviously get away from that. But of course, he's 15. He's going to grow and develop relatively quickly. And if we can sprinkle some first team experience into him as well, who knows? We could have an absolute superstar player on the books that we may be obviously able to sell for a pretty penny as well. There was a couple of others, all deemed as an elite group of players that have come through the youth academy, which is good news for us, right? We needed that, especially obviously with the rebuild that we've potentially got on our hands in the summer. Of course, maybe not ready to step straight into the first team. Well, boys and girls, we managed to beat Peterborough Sport. I just wanted to bring you back. There's 8 points gap from us and Macclesfield. There's 9 points up for grabs. So bringing you back after the Affrington game, we won 2-0. Good news is Macclesfield ended up drawing, means it does close the gap to 6 points with 2 games remaining. If it goes down to goal difference, I'm going to be absolutely heartbroken. We are focusing on this. Of course, as I said, we have got 2 games remaining. We've got Chester and we've got Darlington. I'm going to bring you the Chester game now. You know the team. You know the tactic. Let's just get straight into the game and see if we can keep the pressure on Macclesfield. And fingers crossed, I want everyone with fingers crossed in this, that Macclesfield slip up and drop points. I'm going to go out and simply say, I just want you to pick up exactly where we left off last time. We're going to go out, give the faith to the boys, let them know we believe in them. This could be a pivotal game. Bear in mind it's only 2 games before the end of the season, but this could be pivotal. If results go our way and we win, of course, first and foremost, we need to win. But if we win and the results go our way, the title challenge is on and we might be getting a triple header. We might be seeing the Darlington game if it comes right down to the wire. Who knows? But first and foremost, of course, we need to beat Chester. And they are no easy team to beat. Let's not forget, they've been up there with us the whole time. Hunt again, just selfish, just cross it. Westendorf is there. I dread to think the amount of goals that Westendorf may have scored if we were a little bit less selfish with our runs and just crossing it into him. We're going to encourage, what's the latest scores? Macclesfield are drawing. I know we're only 8 minutes in, but we'll keep an eye on this. This is all we need to care about. Every other result in the league is not really important. We know we've got playoffs. Of course, we want to finish as high as we can. And just like that, Macclesfield have gone 1-0 up. We need to pray to the FM gods that Spennymoor managed to bring an equaliser and then a winner in, whilst we do the job here at home. We've got a free kick in our area. Clark takes it, doesn't get on to any of our players. No one's tracking Clark. Clark's there. And the goalkeeper just tips it to the side. Westendorf, unfortunately, can't just be there for the follow-up. We just need to win our game. It's nerve-wracking because it could be that it's all out of our hands and then we won't see the last game, and then I'll bring you back for when we have the playoffs. Clark into Hunt. Clark dances around his man. Cuts it in. Manages to get the goal in. Come on. We're doing our job. We are doing our job. We need to hope that Spennymoor can bring something different to Macclesfield. McEachran. Out to Ruddy. Awful pass. As much as Ruddy is a very good player, he's just, some of the highlights we see of his passing is so poor. Lawson in acres of space, cuts inside. Is he going to score? Of course he is. Jonathan Lawson gets on the score sheet. Stephen Turner with the assist. 2-0 up. Realistically, it's all eyes on the Macclesfield game now. We've done our job. Macclesfield are 2-0 up. We're still going to praise the boys. What does that actually do to the league? We'll have a look at the league table in a moment. We've got a dangerous free kick in their area. McEachran with the delivery. Back out to Clark. Clark lines it up. Ooh. Long range effort, but just goes over the crossbar. That would mean that they are still 6 points clear. So it means at the minute, Macclesfield win the title. Is there an upset on the cards? Come on, Spennymoor, do us a favour. Let's take it to the last game of the season. Let's add some real excitement into that last game. We're going to go in at half-time, 2-0 up. We'll take it. Spennymoor have got the whole half to get back in the game if they want. I'm just going to say, what a 45 minutes. We've blown them away. We're going to get straight back out there. Just pretty much exactly the same as what we've just seen, please, boys. While we keep an eye on this. Come on. Spennymoor, do us a favour. We're going to praise the boys. 55 minutes played. Spennymoor have got one back. It's on the cards. The match momentum is there. Come on. We obviously just need to make sure we hold out to us. We're not going to change anything, actually. We're doing fine. Let's just keep solid. What we might do, let's drop a leaky from box to box into a defensive midfielder. Stop getting Hunt. Actually, we'll keep Hunt going forward because I like his surging runs up the wing. We're going to praise the boys again. Turner as well. Let's drop him from a box to box. We're going defensive. We're just going to have them two sit in front of the defence. Let's not let Chester get anything in the game. Spennymoor have got 10 minutes to get an equaliser. Can they do it? I really hope they can. We're just going to get rid of all of these so we can see if the dugout comes up. We want a goal for Spennymoor. Lawson. Oof. Tries to throw it through to Westendorf. Doesn't manage to do so. Roberts here on the counter for us though, which isn't great. Oof. Just had it red. He was never going to get beaten from there. Spennymoor is still losing. Come on, Spennymoor. Just the one goal. It's been all them. All we've talked about in this game is Spennymoor, but we've done our job. This is what it's like. 4 minutes of added time. It doesn't mean if we see our match end that this is the final score. It could be, though. And that's full time. We've done all we can do. We have done all we can do. It looks like the latest scores, it was 2-1 to Macclesfield. I'm just going to say we've blown them away. I think that means that we now cannot catch Macclesfield. Let's skip forward once and see if it confirms Macclesfield crowned as champions. Unfortunately for us, it was a good run-in. We took it right to the wire, but they have won. Let's actually have a look at what their form's been like. To be fair, apart from losing 1-0 to what were bottom of the league, they've been very consistent. A couple of draws, but just beating Spennymoor. That is heartbreaking. But look, you can see, apart from at the start of the season, or this little blip here, they've been absolutely phenomenal. So, I mean, we can't complain, can we? We've been chasing a team that's been pretty much unbeaten. They went unbeaten from the 15th of November up until basically the 15th of March, let's call it. But there we have it. So I'm not going to show you the last game of the season because, of course, we know where we are. We know what we're going to be dealing with. We're going into the playoffs, and that will be with you in the next episode. So I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you're new around here for the final few episodes of this season and the excitement of the playoffs, and of course to follow the journey in seasons to come. Leave a like if you haven't done so already on the video, and don't forget to comment down below, what do you think is going to happen in the playoffs? We're currently second. That gives us an advantage going into the playoffs, and we're 3 points clear of that. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.